Alright, good day to my BA25 students. So, we will be having again self-directed learning because I will be attending a meeting today with the provincial government of Ilocos Norte. So, we continue our discussion on Unit 2, analyzing jobs, analyzing and designing jobs. Okay? So, natapos na natin yung job analysis, which is the process of determining what the worker does, how the worker does it, why the worker does it, and what the worker must be. So, job analysis is about analyzing yung mga existing jobs or even when you are creating a new job to gather information for other human resource management practices. Pwedeng magamit yan sa selection, training, performance appraisal, and compensation. So, ang job analysis tackles the issue of managing work in a passive way because you are focusing only on understanding what gets done, how it gets done, and the skills required to get it done. Okay? Ang job design naman, on the other hand, has focused more on redesigning yung mga existing jobs na inanalyze natin to make them more efficient and more motivating sa mga job holders. So therefore, we could say that job design has a more proactive orientation towards changing the job, modifying the job, whereas ang job analysis is more on passive information gathering information gathering orientation naman ang job analysis. Okay? So, kasi ang pwedeng mangyari dyan, kahit na meron tayong nag-analyze tayo ng job, di ba? Tapos nakapag-create tayo ng thorough job description. Yet, there are jobs that is so mind-numbing, meaning talagang napaka-boring siya, that employees grow to hate it and leave relatively quickly because they are not motivated to perform yung trabaho because na boring nga. Okay? So, the purpose of this job design theory is based on creating a job that can encourage and motivate employees to perform their best and be empowered in the process so that mafe-feel nila that they are valued and they can provide significant contributions to the organization or to the company. Okay? Okay. So, ang mga tao naman kasi most people, okay, aspire to have a good job. Okay? It's not enough for people to have just any job, but most people would aspire to have a good job. So, pag sinasabi natin good job, ano ba ang mukha ng isang magandang trabaho? Okay? What does a good job look like? So, unang-una, a good job must be challenging. So, ibig sabihin, it pushes you to learn and grow. It provides you tasks that are stimulating. Nag-stimulate yung brain mo, pero hindi naman yung sobrang mahirap na napaka-imposible na gawin. A good job is also meaningful. So, it contributes to a larger purpose, making you feel like you are working to make a difference to your company and to your clients. A good job is also varied, meaning it involves diverse tasks and responsibilities, keeping you engaged and preventing boredom. A good job is also autonomous, meaning you have ownership over your work, allowing you to make decisions and feel a sense of responsibility. A good job is also collaborative, meaning yung trabaho mo, kailangan salamuha ka sa ibang tao. You have to collaborate and it fosters teamwork and it also encourages healthy interactions with your colleagues. And a good job also is recognized, meaning you have opportunities for feedback and it celebrates your contributions, making you feel valued. And lastly, a good job is developmental, meaning your job should support your growth, offering you opportunities to learn new skills and advance in your career. So, makikita natin dito na importante yung quality ng job over merely having a job. Okay? So, it's essential, yung mga sinabi ko dito, these are essential components that contribute to a fulfilling job and also a job that is enriching for an individual. Okay? And these characteristics of a good job describes the function of job design. Job design is being there na yung trabaho hindi lang nagbibigay sa iyo ng financial benefits but also personal growth, satisfaction, and contribution to the wider community. So this is where job design will come in. So it's all about taking the information you gathered through the job analysis and then reworking this job so that hindi lang siya basta-basta trabaho but an engaging job. So the goal of job design is to make our jobs more stimulating, meaningful, enjoyable for employees by improving how the job is being structured and how it functions. Katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, a simple job doesn't just motivate people. Diba? People seek challenging, meaningful roles that fosters autonomy, collaboration, recognition, and the rest. Okay? So, dapat merong progress na nangyayari doon sa trabaho na yan. Okay? So, comparing to job analysis, kasi ang job analysis is about understanding what is all about the job. Diba? Pero ang job design naman, ang purpose is about creating a good job. Job analysis tells us what is happening in a job, while job design answers the question of how can we make this job better. Okay? So, naturally, job design is the next step after job analysis because it uses those insights from the job analysis to create jobs that are not only more efficient but also more satisfying and fulfilling for employees. So, ito yung definition. Ito yung definition natin. Okay? Yan, mga yan. So, yun yung pinaka-simpleng definition ng job design in comparison to job analysis. Okay? So, the whole process of job design is aimed to address various problems within the organizational setup such as the following. So, etong mga factors na to, if not taken care of, it could result into job efficiency and can cause stress and physical burden to the employees. So this is why job design must be incorporated, must be a continuous or ever-evolving process in the organization because ang end goal naman nito is to increase efficiency, effectiveness of employees in performing their jobs, reducing dissatisfaction, enhancing motivation, and also increase yung employee engagement at the workplace. So, nakakatulong itong job design to address itong mga issues na to sa organization, checking the work if overload. It ensures that employees are not burdened with excessive tasks which could lead to stress and burnout. Job design would also identify roles where employees may not have enough meaningful work, preventing disengagement and boredom. Okay? It also ensures that there is a variety in job responsibilities to keep employees engaged and reduce yung monotony. Yeah. Then number 4, it also encourages teamwork. Nawawala yung isolation because you are encouraging teamwork and collaboration para mas maging interactive and supportive ang work environment. And also it defines Yung mga working hours, meron tayong mga clear guidelines for work schedules to promote work-life balance and avoid excessive overtime. Okay, yung tinatawag natin na OT. Then, of course, it also standardizes yung mga workflows and expectations, ensuring that employees understand yung kanilang mga responsibilities, how their work fits into the bigger picture. So overall, ang job design is about making jobs more structured, balanced, engaging so that employees perform better and feel more satisfied with their work. Okay, so nakuha natin yung definition ng job design and what is all about job design. Okay. So, there are 4 primary approaches in job design. So, pag sinasabing job design, it could take into several forms depending on what you are trying to accomplish in the organization. Okay? So, nakadepende yan if you are trying to increase the motivation levels in your workforce. So, it depends on your goal, why you are performing or conducting job design. So, nakadepende yan sa reason kung bakit nyo kinoconduct yan. Okay? So, meron tayong 4: mechanistic, biological, perceptual motor, and motivational approach. Okay? Ito yung mga 4 primary approaches to job design. So, let us discuss first mechanistic approach. Okay? Mechanistic approach. So, etong concept ng mechanistic approach, simple lang naman ito. In simple sense, we are going to make the job so simple and repetitive so that the worker can get very good and very fast at doing his job. Okay? So, sisimplehan natin yung trabaho para to the point na maging repetitive siya para yung worker maging expert siya dun sa ginagawa niya, at pag naging expert siya, sobrang bilis na niya nagawin. So, nagiging efficient na yung kanyang trabaho. So, going back to your OAM subject, ito yung proponent nito is si Frederick Winslow Taylor, the father of scientific management. So, ang focus kasi dito is specialization, skill simplification, and repetition. Okay? So, this focus more on the technical aspects of the job. Yung mga paggamit ng tools, equipment, work processes. Okay? So, we wanted to make the job efficient and productive as possible. So, nakukuha lang yan through specialization, skill simplification, standardization, and automation. Okay? Yung nga lang, isa sa mga problem dito is that kapag nag-over-specialize ka dun sa trabaho mo, it becomes too repetitive and thus nagiging boring na yan. Okay? Repetitive movements. Ito para sa mga trabaho na may repetitive movements. So, pag repetitive yung trabaho, naging boring, do you think magiging motivated? Satisfying ba yung trabaho na yan? I don't think so. So, parang hindi ito yung the best way to get the best performance from your workforce. Okay, next. So, remember na ang mechanistic approach, ang main aim niya is to increase efficiency and productivity by simplification and standardization of the work processes. So, makikita mo yung mga concept dyan ng task specialization, simplification of tasks, minimization of skill requirements. So, instead of since yung trabaho kasi dyan is highly specialized and repetitive, so hindi na kailangan ng extensive training or advanced skills. So, pwedeng ipatrain yan. Pwede nating, kahit hindi pa masyadong magaling, pwede niyang ma-master yan through practice. Okay. Repetition of tasks. So, employees perform the same set of tasks continuously until ma-master niya, so na-increase yung speed, yung efficiency. Yung nga lang, ang tendency niya nagiging monotonous yung trabaho that could lead to dissatisfaction. And there is this clear and precise work instruction. So standardized na kasi yung procedure kung paano i-perform yung trabaho. So it reduces errors, making it easier to train new employees. So examples nito ay yung mga assembly line workers, data entry clerk. So yan, ang problema lang dito, disadvantage of this approach is yung nga job monotony, potential burnout, limited opportunities for skill development, low job satisfaction due to repetitive nature. So, ang mechanistic approach, ideal ito sa mga industries that require high efficiency. Kailangan ng work is yung mga predictable jobs and consistent dapat yung output. So, nagagamit yan sa mga manufacturing, sa mga administrative work, and even fast food operations. However, in modern workplaces, many organizations now are balancing this approach with motivational job design strategies. So, kahit na repetitive yung trabaho, kahit kailangan na merong mataas na high efficiency at sa consistency, dapat meron pa ring job design strategies to improve job satisfaction and reduce employee turnover. So, later on, pag-usapan natin yung motivational job design. Kasi mechanistic ito. So, pwedeng magdagdag tayo dito ng motivational job design strategies. Okay, so, example ng isang trabaho na job design through the mechanistic approach is this one, CSR job at a call center. So, bakit ito nako-consider na mechanistic approach ang ginawa nila for job design? Kasi pag titignan mo, in-emphasize dito yung efficiency, standardization, and structured workflow. So, merong task specialization. Okay, so, nanaro down yung kanilang focus. So, ang focus na lang is pwedeng ikaw ay nasa billing lang, nasa technical support. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng dalawa yung hinahandle mo dyan na specialization. Tapos, meron ding mga pre-written scripts to answer common customer queries. So, that is standardization of the communication processes para consistent pa rin yung service, para ma-minimize yung variation dun sa mga responses. So, mayroon din performance monitoring. So, nag-track yung mga calls. So, every CSR are evaluated based on metrics. Okay? Workflow optimization, yung workplace na design to quick access to resources such as yung mga tools na gagamitin, customer databases, and frequently asked questions. So, nare-reduce yung mga minimal, bumababa yung mga delays. So, kasi they have optimized yung kanilang workspace and even process automation. Okay? So, nare-reduce na yung decision making, thus na-increase yung efficiency, making the workflow more predictable and streamlined. So, bakit ito mechanistic? Because efficiency driven ang focus. They make the work as fast and streamlined as possible. Highly structured siya. They follow structured or strict guidelines, procedures, and performance targets. Yung nga lang, limited autonomy. That's a hallmark of a mechanistic approach. Tapos, merong specialized and repetitive tasks. Okay? So, mechanistic approach, importante yan if you wanted to enhance productivity and reduce cost, but it could lead to monotony and lower engagement. That's why at some point in the organization, they will provide motivational job design strategies or practices. Okay? Next is the biological approach. Okay? So, simplify ko na to kung ano ang biological job design. Ang focus naman nito is minimizing the physical strain on the worker by structuring the physical work environment around the way the body works. So, ang focus ng approach na to is on the physical factors of the job, such as lifting, physical exertion, and muscle power. Okay? So, ginagamit itong method na to, for example, yung mga exercise routines, identifying how to eliminate yung mga physical problems, and improving overall work conditions. So, basically, we are trying to make the job physically easier, okay? So that the worker can be more efficient, so that it is less likely that they will be injured and have to miss work when they are needed. Okay? So, it is about ensuring that jobs are safe and healthy for workers. Yan. So, nire-reduce natin yung mga physical strain or pain, preventing injuries, and optimizing human performance by designing jobs that align with human physical capabilities and limitations. So normally, they are incorporating here the ergonomic design of tools and workstation. Later on, I will show you a video kung ano ang ergonomics. Okay, so there is also a reduction of repetitive strain and physical fatigue. So, nami-minimize yung repetitive movements, and also nagbibigay sila ng mga sufficient breaks, okay, work breaks, to prevent chronic physical stress, especially kapag nasa mga manufacturing warehouse jobs, di ba? So, ang ginagamit dyan is they are rotating tasks to prevent workers from overusing specific muscle group. Adjustment also of work schedules to match human energy levels. So, alam naman natin, di ba, sa human productivity, yung ating energy, sometimes it fluctuates throughout the day. Yeah? So, for example, sa umaga, malakas ka pa, pero pag pumunta na ng 11, 12, nagugutom ka na. So, bumaba pa yung energy mo. So, you have to take a rest or break. Kakain ka, mag-lunch break. Tapos, trabaho ulit, alauna, ganyan, alas 2, alas 3, bababa na naman yung energy. So, kinukonsider yung mga yan. Okay? So, you are not going to assign tasks that exceed physical capacity para ma-reduce yung workplace injuries. Okay? So, we have here examples of biological approach sa office work. So, you have to provide ergonomic chairs, adjustable desks, and adjustable computer monitors para ma-reduce yung musculoskeletal disorders. Okay? So, alright, these are the following examples na pwedeng incorporate natin sa biological approach of job design, and even these things. Okay? We set up ergonomic stations, work break schedules, adjustable equipment, noise reduction tools, and health and wellness programs. Okay, so speaking of ergonomics, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na video to help you understand what is ergonomics.
Most people have heard the word ergonomics, but don't understand exactly what it is. For example, have you ever wondered why a handle might be designed with a certain groove or curve? Or why a sink might be placed lower than another? And why a computer keyboard might have a special shape? Well, the answer is, most of these designs improve comfort and convenience. It's the interaction between people and their environment. The beauty of these designs comes from the application of ergonomics. The science behind ergonomic design involves the study of the human body, including how to design for improved health, better experience, and increased productivity. The result of ergonomic designs are products that meet the requirements of the human body. And of course, the workplace, whether it be the home or office environment, has become one of the primary areas of ergonomic product development. As an example, research shows that lower back pain is the world's most common work-related disability. In the United States alone, businesses spend $170 billion a year on costs associated with occupational injuries and illnesses, money that comes straight out of the company profits. So even though most of us may not look at the statistics regarding ergonomics and work-related injuries, most of us have experienced back and muscle aches and eye strain during our time at work. The answer for better health is to improve the way we work by investing in ergonomic products, creating a more active work life. Best of all, there are ergonomically designed products available, such as sit-stand desks, workstations, monitor arms, monitor risers, and an assortment of ergonomic accessories. So get your life active today.
Alright, so yun ang ergonomics. So pag sinasabi natin ergonomics, ito yung science of designing and arranging workspaces, tools, and tasks to fit the capabilities and limitations of human body. So ang goal ng ergonomics is to enhance comfort, efficiency, safety, and productivity while reducing the risk of injury and strain. Okay, so you could search in the internet kung ano ang ergonomics. Okay, but that is part of the biological approach. So example of these, let's say for example, we have this one. Okay, so we go back to the CSR example natin. How do we make this job more biologically efficient? So we have here example, we provide ergonomic workstation, work break schedules, adjustable equipment, noise reduction, and health and wellness programs. Okay, so yan. So this job design aligns with the biological approach because it prioritizes the physical well-being of employees by making ergonomic adjustments, preventing work-related injuries, and promoting long-term health and comfort. So this approach will ultimately leads to higher job satisfaction, lower absenteeism, reduce workplace-related illness and injuries, and the end result is improved productivity. Then the third method in job design or approach in job design is the perceptual motor. So ito ang focus naman is on designing jobs with tasks that remain within the worker's normal mental capabilities and limitations. So kanina doon sa biological, physical, di ba? Yung gusto nating ma-reduce yung mga physical injuries. Okay. Ngayon naman, ang perceptual motor, you are minimizing hindi yung physical strain, but you are going to design a job in a way that ensures that there is a moderate mental strain on the worker, that it does not exceed yung human capabilities, yung normal mental capabilities and limitations. So it focuses on cognitive and sensory demands of the job. So we are using perceptual motor approach to design jobs that are mentally stimulating and challenging for workers. So pwedeng ma-achieve yan by providing variety, autonomy, and feedback. Okay? So yun yung main aim ng motor approach. You design tasks, you design yung mga duties that fits to the human cognitive abilities and limitations. So meaning we are creating work processes and environments that align with the way people naturally think, learn, and process information. So there are a lot of factors that we have to account, such as memory capacity, attention span, perception, problem-solving skills, decision-making processes. So ang goal is to minimize cognitive overload, to reduce errors and improve efficiency by acknowledging and respecting these human factors in the job design. So yung cognitive load, di ba? Importante yan. Parang kayo din, di ba? Minsan mahirap mag-review, wala ka na makuha sa exam because napakaraming information. Nagkakaroon kayo ng cognitive load. Ibig sabihin, kasi lahat naman tayo, meron tayong limited working memory. Okay? So, Kaya nga bini-breakdown natin yung mga long exam, merong long exam 1, unit 1 and unit 2, long exam 3, long exam 2 for unit 3 and unit 4, tapos midterms, combination of unit 1 and unit 4. So hindi lahat-lahat tinitake mo sa isang bagsakan, okay? Kasi nga meron tayong limited working memory. So therefore, sa organization, ganun din. Tasks should not require employees to process too much information at once. Okay? Yung din ating mga attention span, di ba? Minsan, we cannot sustain our attention dun sa mga trabaho natin. Okay? Minsan, pag masyado matagal, nawawala tayo sa focus. So, jobs should be designed to allow for breaks or changes in focus to prevent fatigue. Okay? So, when we do that, we also reduce error. So, we design also systems in the job with checks and balances to prevent errors that could arise from cognitive biases or lapses in attention. Okay? And the way also information is being presented, it must be presented in a clear, concise, and organized manner that is easy to understand and act upon. Okay? Para hindi naman tayo mag-guess pa kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng information na yan. Hindi na tayo mag-analyze pa. Okay? So, presentation of information should be clear, concise, and organized. So, when we are designing tasks using this perceptual motor approach, we are designing it that it fits human cognitive abilities and limitations for an employee working environment. So, it's about making sure that the work doesn't overwhelm an employee's ability to think, remember, and stay focus. So these are the following examples na pwede nating gamitin when we are using this approach in designing jobs. Okay. So example in here is the cashier at the grocery store. So alangan namang ipamemorize natin dun sa cashier yung mga prices, di ba? ng mga binebenta nila. So hindi natin ginagawa yun. Ano ginagawa natin? We bought a POS. Meron tayong mga scanners that read the barcodes, and then the computer will record it, and then i-compute na rin niya kagad, and automatic ilalabas siya kung ilan yung bibilhin niya, ilan change, diba? So this way we don't have to overload their memory. Okay. So again, ito rin yung mga example ng pwede nating kung paano i-apply ang perceptual motor approach sa mga cashier sa isang grocery store. Okay? And this also for a customer service representative. Okay, so meron tayong example dito. So we are reducing mental workload so that we minimize errors and improve efficiency. Then the last approach is the motivational job design or the motivational approach. Ngayon, ang focus naman ng approach na to is on the job characteristics that affect the psychological meaning and motivational potential of the job. So, it views the attitudinal variables as the most important outcomes of job design. So, meaning, ang theory kasi ng motivational approach is if workers are more motivated, they will produce more work. So, yun yung main theory dito. Okay? Mas magiging productive sila. Mas ibibigay nila yung best nila kasi nga motivated sila. Okay? So, ang goal ng approach na to is to design jobs that are satisfying and rewarding for workers. So, later on makikita natin kung paano ba gawing motivating at saka rewarding, satisfying ang isang trabaho. Okay? Alright, so ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, we make it intrinsically motivating. So, hindi extrinsic, intrinsic motivation. Na-discuss naman ito sa BA24 ninyo, so hindi ko na-explain yan. That incorporate motivating factors. So, skill variety, task identity, we provide task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback. And we also align yung job roles doon sa aspirations and needs ng isang empleyado or individual. Okay? So, example, we have here for a CSR at a call center. Okay? So, kindly read this one. So, all of these approaches, yung mga approach na ginagamit na sinasabi ko dito, normally, yung mga yan are not mutually exclusive. In fact, kapag nag-design ka ng job, you need to incorporate elements of all these four approaches. Okay, so hindi lang isa yung ina-apply mo. So you get the positives and para ma-complement yung mga negatives ng mga various approaches na to. Okay. And before we end discussing job design, ang pinaka main model na gagamitin natin sa motivational approach is yung the job characteristics model or JCM. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka main framework natin sa motivational approach. So, ito ay create nila psychologists na sina Oldham and Hackman. So, they created this model because they wanted to figure out why employees lost interest in their jobs. So, they studied people and their jobs and came up with a universal model that we still use more than 50 years. Okay? So, JCM. So, they were looking on how to reduce the boredom and monotony that comes from working in a factory setting. And then later on, it was being applied to a lot of jobs, hindi lang sa mga factory setting. So, ang ginawa nila, instead of getting better and more productive as time passed, kasi paulit-ulit yung trabaho nila, they found that employees were becoming bored and unengaged. And even, yung kanilang performance nag-drop. Okay? So, bakit kaya? Ano kayong reason? So, they find out that para magkaroon tayo ng motivating, satisfying job, it must have the 5 core job characteristics. Okay? So, meron tayong skill variety. Okay, so, meaning, ito yung type of job that requires a lot of different skills, talents. So, ini-state dito that a job that have variety of application of your skills and talents will require more skills and talents will result in employee feeling that they are doing more meaningful work. Okay? Kasi pag i-compare mo, di ba? Yung isang trabaho na nagagamit mo yung different skills and talents mo, i-compare mo yan doon sa trabaho na repetitive, saan doon yung mas satisfying, mas motivating? Okay. So, it's more on doon sa merong variety of skills and talents that is being applied in your job. Okay. Second, task identity. Itong theory na to, sinasabi niya that if employee understand what needs to be done, understands when they are finished, and they are able to see the outcome of what they achieve at the end, then they will feel that they are doing meaningful work. Okay? So, hindi. Wala. Task significance pala yung sinasabi ko. Hindi pala task identity yan. So, being part of the team is motivating, but also if there is some ownership of set of tasks or a part of process, tapos meron kang clear understanding on what is or who is responsible for the job, and meron kang some degree of control, it is an important motivator. So, ito yung task identity. Okay. So, clear yung trabaho mo, alam mo yung mga responsibilities mo, at saka merong visible outcome. Okay, and then number 3, task significance. Ito naman ay if you feel that your job is relevant, to the organizational success. It provides you motivation for getting a task or for getting a job done. Because you know that yung mga contributions mo, yung mga effort mo are important to the organization to achieve its vision, goals, and objectives. So if the worker find his work is meaningful, they are more likely to understand the impact of this one and they will be more productive. Number 4 naman, autonomy. So it states that employees with more autonomy will have a greater sense of responsibility towards the result of their work, and therefore they will do a better job. Okay? Because meron ba sa atin dito gusto natin na every now and then we are being watched, supervised, diba? I think no one likes to be micromanaged. So parang walang tiwala kasi, diba? Yung mga manager, supervisor natin, if palagi tayo nasusupervise na micromanage, so there must be some sort of freedom to perform our jobs. So giving autonomy to employees to make the right decision is a win-win situation for both the manager, the organization, and the employee. Then lastly, we have here feedback. So everyone naman, di ba, we need objective feedback on how we are doing and how can we do better. So this component of the model is stating that the more feedback leads to increased knowledge for the employee about the result of their work. So if the employee will be given good feedback about the work that they are doing, tumataas yung ating self-esteem, nabuboost yun. Yeah? And you will be motivated to keep doing what you are doing. And on the other side naman, if employee receive negative feedback quickly, na-correct mo kaagad yung kanyang error, then this provides them opportunity to make adjustments and corrections to their work before any major consequences are experienced. Okay, so ngayon, yung model na yan, merong continuation, hindi lang enumerating yung mga core job characteristics. So makikita natin, if all of this are present doon sa mga trabaho, doon sa mga jobs and positions, ano yung mga possible na mafe-feel, okay, ng mga empleyado? So we have here, they will experience meaningfulness of their work. They will experience responsibility of the outcomes of their work, and there is also the knowledge of the actual results of their work activities. Okay, so yan yung mga psychological states if we provide this, or if this core job characteristic are present to the jobs and positions inside the organization. Okay? And if they experience this one, it could lead into these outcomes. Ano ba itong mga outcomes na to? Okay? If we provide this one, mafe-feel nila itong mga to. Therefore, they will produce these high outcomes or these outcomes. They have internal work motivation. Hindi mo na kailangang baon-baonin, kanayang supervise or motivate. There is high quality work performance, high work and job satisfaction, low absenteeism, and turnover. Okay? So, makikita natin if job design is correctly done, the worker will be more motivated and more productive and will have higher job satisfaction while also being less likely to be absent or leave the organization. But meron tayong another factor dito, moderator. Okay? So hindi automatic, okay? Hindi automatic na mangyayari itong mga to. Itong psychological state at saka outcomes even though present itong mga core job characteristic na 5. Okay? Because there are factors that would affect the result of our psychological states and the outcomes. So, hindi ito linear na pinrovide mo yan, mangyayari na yan. Hindi. Okay? Hindi ganun kasimple ito. Okay? Because meron tayong mga tinatawag na individual differences. Okay? And every employee, even if you provide them all of these characteristics, they will not experience all of these psychological states. Okay? Bakit? Bakit kaya? Yung nga, individual difference. Because we are all human and we are not all wired the same. So, dito mapapasok tong moderator. Okay? So, pag-usapan natin, knowledge and skill. So, the knowledge and skills moderator say that if an employee has the knowledge, skill, and competence in the role that they are going to perform, they are more likely to experience positive emotions, itong mga psychological states towards their job, and then ma-achieve itong mga itong mga outcomes na to. Ngayon, kapag ikaw you don't feel that you don't have you feel that you don't have the knowledge or skill to perform the role adequately, then you will not experience these psychological states, and therefore you will become demotivated. Okay, so knowledge and skill. So pag meron kang knowledge and skill to perform your job, it would result into the psychological state. Pero if you lack knowledge and skill, you will not be able to experience this one. So next naman sa growth mindset. Ano ba tong growth mindset na sinasabi natin? So this is the degree to which an employee has the need to grow and develop. Pag yung empleyado merong high need for growth, they are going or they will be more likely to react in a positive way. So they will be reacting positively to new opportunities and challenges, and thus they will more likely to experience the 3 psychological states. Pag yung empleyado naman meron siyang very low growth mindset, they will react less positively to new opportunities and challenges, and they will less likely to experience etong 3 psychological states na yan. Okay? And then we have here the context satisfaction. Ano tong context satisfaction? This pertains to the manager of the employees, yung attitude ng kanilang manager, yung the way the manager manage them, yung kanilang leadership styles, yung mga ugali ng kanilang mga colleagues, yung mga skill and other factors, yung kanilang sweldo, yung kanilang mga benefits, job security. So yun yung mga context. When an employee is satisfied with these contextual factors, then they are more likely to respond to positive challenges in the role and experience this 3 psychological states. So pag hindi maganda, hindi sila satisfied sa mga context, hindi sila satisfied sa manager nila, sa colleagues nila, dun sa sweldo, sa benefits, sa job security, they will less likely to experience etong mga psychological state na yan. Okay? So, yun yung whole theory of the JCM. Now, the question is, how do we apply etong JCM? Okay. So, as you can see in this diagram, okay, nandito ngayon yung mga approaches natin on how to increase or implement the concepts of the JCM model. Okay. So we have here, if you wanted to increase skill variety and improve task identity, anong gagawin natin? You combine tasks. Okay. You assign larger, more significant tasks to people so that they feel connected to and accountable for results. Pag gusto mong i-enhance ang ating tawag natin, autonomy, ano gagawin natin? Vertical loading. Pag gusto mong i-enhance ang feedback, opening feedback channels. And the rest. Okay? And these factors would lead into this one. The autonomy will lead to the psychological state. Feedback will lead into this one. Okay? And eventually, kapag na-experience yung mga yan, ito yung mga positive work outcomes. Okay? So, yun, yung mga apat na approaches sa job design. So, normally, we combine, okay, these approaches rather than applying them in isolation. So, there is this integration of different approaches that allows organization to address yung mga multifaceted nature ng work natin at saka yung mga diverse needs ng ating mga employees. So you could combine mechanistic approach with ergonomics, yung biological approach. Pwedeng ma-enhance yung productivity natin by combining it with motivational approach and mechanistic approach. If you wanted to reduce error and also improve yung job satisfaction, pwedeng mag-combine ang perceptual motor approach at saka motivational approach. Kung gusto mo naman ay error preventions and lesser physical strains sa mga trabaho, you could combine biological approach at saka perceptual motor. Okay? So, ngayon kasi ang trend is mixing, di ba? Itong mga approaches na yan para ma-balance natin yung mga needs ng ating mga employees so that it would result into a well-designed job that could lead to better performance, greater employee satisfaction, and lower employee turnover. Okay, so there are other techniques that we could use aside from those four motivational approaches. We could use the 6. Okay. So job enlargement, alam na natin yan. So it's about adding tasks, diba? Increasing or adding our responsibilities to broaden the variety. Yeah. Job simplification, it's the reverse of job enlargement. So you're going to eliminate or combine tasks or change the work sequence to improve performance. So it's more about making the job more specialized. And yung job simplification. Then we have job rotation. So it's not the job that is rotating but the employee. Alright, so it involves performing different jobs in some sequence, each for a set of period depending on what skill or knowledge that you want to develop. And then we have job enrichment. Ito naman is more on building motivators in the job itself to make it more interesting and challenging. Okay, so pwedeng magdagdag tayo ng autonomy. Ano pa ba? Increased task significance, providing their own work unit, etc. And then we have the common flexible working arrangement. So pwedeng i-offer din natin yung flex time. Ano ba itong flex time na yan? Is a working arrangement that allows employees to choose their start and finish times at work. Okay? So, flexi time meaning you could determine kung anong oras ka papasok at kung ano yung time in mo at ano yung time out mo. But you still have to follow yung core hours. For example, in a day, you have to work for 8 hours. So, ipa-follow pa rin yan. Kung ikaw ay early person, gusto mo 7 to 4, basta makompleto yung 8 hours. Kung ikaw naman ay late person, pala yung nalilate, so 9 to 6 or 10 to 7, but still, you have to follow the specified working hours for the day and for the week. Flex time. Then, part-time position. Okay, so from the word part-time, it refers to a role in which employee works less than 40 hours per week. Okay, so it could be 5 hours, 3 hours. Ganun lang yung working hours mo. Then, remote work. From the word remote work, ibig sabihin, this is a type of working arrangement where you're not going to report to the office or merong lang specific time na mag-work ka doon sa office ninyo. But most of your work is not being done in the office or in your business address of your organization. Pwede sa bahay, pwede sa restaurant, pwede sa gym, pwede nagbabakasyon, anywhere. Okay. Then we have compressed work week. Schedules allow full-time employees to complete 35 to 40 hours of work compacted into less than 5 work days, di ba? Ang regular talagang trabaho is 5 days, di ba? Pag compressed work week, you can perform your work in 3 to 4 days. Pwede yan, i-compress mo. Then we have shift work. So alam natin yung day shift, night shift. Pwede rin siguro yung 5-day or 7-day work week. Pwedeng mag-shift ka. Ikaw yung first week, ako yung second week. So there's a shifting. Okay? So normally, ginagamit to sa law enforcement, transportation, healthcare, hospitality, military, manufacturing. Okay? Meron silang work shifting. And then lastly, job sharing. So it includes a full-time job split between 2 employees. Job sharing. Each individual in the job sharing arrangement is responsible for the success or completion of a total job. So there is this division of work and duties. So depende yan sa arrangement ng dalawang empleyado na yan. Okay, so that is job design and job analysis. The analysis and design of work is one of the most important components to developing and maintaining competitive advantage, and also this is the building block of most HR activities. So napaka-crucial ng role ng process na to make it sure that yung ating organization, yung ating mga employees are motivated, productive, efficient in the performance of their work. And then it could be a big help for organization to be competitive and be able to attain yung kanilang goals and objectives. Alright, so that's our discussion on Unit 2. So thank you for listening. If you're still watching, thank you for your time, and I hope that you have learned something with our topic today. So thank you and God bless.